Collette Prince is a broadcast presenter and producer for BussinessDay TV, DStv Channel 412. She also does presenting for Ignition TV and The Home Channel. She has produced and presented shows such as Digitize Your Biz, Celeb Rides, and Blueprint, to name but a few. Having gotten her degree from Rhodes University, Collette says doing her fourth year was important in discovering what she likes to do the most.
Journalism in general. So I started with a journalism degree at Rhodes. So I did a BJourn, so I did the whole 4 years instead of the 3. And for me, I think the 4 years was important to do because you don't really get into like the nitty-gritties of production and broadcasting and journalism in your 3rd year. So I feel like doing your 4th year was quite important for me. But also my 4th year, I kind of learned that I really liked editing and I liked producing. So presenting wasn't really a thing at that point or at that moment, because I'm quite controlling, so I like being bossy and like having control of things that I produce. So that's basically like educational journey. And then I did an internship for a bit at BussinessDay, and they kind of just wanted me to come back and I stayed. But it wasn't something that I'd studied. It wasn't something I was apt in. Business, economics, finances, nothing. I mean, my second major is philosophy.
No way. But Rhodes does do that. Rhodes does like kind of allow you to mix it up a bit. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I've been more active in presenting in the last 2 years, and no one really asked me to do it. I kind of forced myself into it. So there was a thing called Blueprint. So it was me interviewing CEOs, really big corporates in the country, and how they what is the blueprint to their success. So it could be the CEO of MTN, the CEO of Cash Crusaders, or anything like that. And it kind of needed a presenter, and it didn't have one. I kind of just was like, listen to the head of channel, which was Samir at the time. I was like, I'm going to do it. Don't say no yet. Just see it.
See it. If you like it. Tell me what you think.
And then came back, I edited, and he's just like, okay, cool, go with that. That works. And
wow.
I was like, okay, cool, awesome.
That's incredible. So let's talk about the presenting and the producing. What would you say is the most challenging thing about doing both of those things as a young Black woman in that space?
Definitely with producing, because it's actually like my number one passion, is what I like doing the most, is everyone else, my work is dictated by how everyone else moves. So the one thing I always have to remember is that I can't worry about things that I don't have control over, and that's production. So for me, transitioning from production to presenting and someone else dealing with production isn't very difficult. I know some people have some really grim stories about working with presenters and that they're like a bit diva-esque. And
don't talk to me. No, you're not like that at all. You don't care.
I pray. No, I don't want to be like that. I think if you can make your producer's job as easy as possible, it makes your job also just as easy, because presenting is a very emotion-driven thing. You always need to be in a good mood. You've always got to be the best version of yourself. And if your producer is in a crappy mood and is kind of like, a bit down, or feels like you're being a bit of a diva, they kind of exude that onto you unknowingly, and then you also like have a bit of a stance when you're in front of the camera, and that
I'm picking up a theme here that she's just saying, like, just work with people, and that's what television is about. You need to be able to work with people and try to be pleasant. And I love that about you. Like, you're not at all like, don't talk to me, I'm the talent. Now let's speak to someone that actually wants to be in your shoes. What advice would you give an upcoming producer / presenter, journalist, broadcast person?
Always be willing to do more at any given time. Never drop the ball, because people are always watching and people always see what you're doing, and I feel like hard work always pays off. So if you're passionate about editing, be really passionate about editing. If you're passionate about producing, be really passionate about producing, because you'll find that the people in the spaces that you work with will back you and will also want you to be really good at what you're doing because you're passionate about it. And with presenting, similar. Like it's not necessarily, again, it's not something that I thought I was going to do. It's something I found myself in. And when you do it as yourself. Don't do it as Bonang.
Hi, your girl B. Welcome to the show.
And I love it. Like, and that's
we
just
all
totally
do.
Good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not necessary because it's so disingenuous.
Yeah.
So if you have a personality for presenting, but you're just not maybe a big personality, that's okay. Nobody really gives a shit. It's people are just more interested in being genuine, being authentic, and always remember that the best version is yourself and not an imitation of someone else.
And like now that we're on this bandwagon of inspiration and like realness and authenticity, what actually is your life's philosophy?
It's always just remembering to not, like I said, like don't worry about things you have no control over, and control the things you do. And that way you always make sure that whatever you do, you're doing to the best of your ability, which includes being kind, which includes, being respectful in what you do and to those that are doing it with you. That has really gotten me such a long way, is being kind. And also just having a very cool approach to things, because in production there are so many demons on so many things. Like equipment will go whack, your edits will get corrupted by an evil force that's trying to not let you win. And if you panic, it's easier to panic because it's easier. But just always remembering, like, there's always a solution, and if the solution isn't to help your problem, then let it go. Just let it go, and then
worth it.
Move on to something else.
It's been such a great time chatting to you and getting like your insight on things. What are your aspirations, man? What next? What do you want to do next? Where do you see yourself?
I'm so excited. I don't know. I always say like I need a GoPro on me because my life is always just so dramatic.
Oh wow! And like reality TV. Can I produce that?
Dramatic.
We need to sit down for that.
That's what I'm saying. That. This is what I'm saying, is that's the level of big that I want for myself, and not necessarily in the breadth of celebrity or being famous, but also just being an impactful Black woman in spaces where we can get to occupy. But it is, so I want to take my presenting to bigger levels. I want to, it doesn't really matter. I want to be a person of influence, but not of just, being a social media influencer, but someone who actually has influence. And if that just means that I'm filling my space with the person that I am and people like that, okay, cool, let's go. Totally, I want to do bigger productions. I want to produce bigger things.
Wow, beautiful. I wish you all the best, man. And you are definitely going to be someone of substance, of substantial influence more than anything. You know what, actually, before I end it off, I was so nervous presenting because she's like the master presenter. And I don't think she's ever seen me present, like, because I'm a producer and that's all she's seen me be. So no pressure.
No, but again, it's like it's you being yourself. So I haven't been watching you like, what is Nkita doing, guys? Like, what is going on? Again, like when you're authentic to yourself, things are easy and people will receive that. And I feel like I didn't worry about your presenting.
Guys, I got the stamp of approval from Collette Prince. And on that note, I will say goodbye to you guys. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And do tell us what you want me to, like, who you want me to call in. And if you want Colette's details, if they want to get in touch with you, I don't want to give out your number or anything, but I will maybe have your email address or maybe your Instagram handle.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool. So my email is at princecollette@gmail.com. So my name just.
I'll put it down below. I'll put it down below.
And then you can follow me at @king_Collette on Instagram.
At King. Okay. Hey, girl.
Told you. I told you.
We are dismantling the patriarchy. It's King Collette to you. Guys,
it's King Collette. You can also use my surname if you want.
Correct. Well, guys, I've been saying goodbye for the past, I don't know, but bye for real, you guys. We'll see you next week with a brand new episode of Young Professionals. Bye.